Hello everyone, it's February 8th, 2021, and you're watching the Awesome10X Philippine Market Update. This is me, Nikki, also known as Business Trader, and let's begin. All right, so let's look at our WealthSec platform, and we're going to take a look at the stats. Okay, as you can see, the Philippine market today is up and back at 7,000. So the market is quite joyful, up 5 points. Not really strong in an index format, but we'll take a look at the stats. So top traded names, let's take a look. Your top traded names are Dito Ascens, now trading at 12% and 7%, extensions of last year's strongest winners, Dito and Ascen. Your Merimart is up 4%, so Dito Ascen combo is still strong and running. Your APL is up 5% after dropping something like 50% from its highs. And your PHA is up 3%, so you're seeing that your APL and PHA are fighting. Your Converge is now up 5%. This is an all-time high. We have seen last week, we have been mentioning that Converge has been breaking all-time highs, and the market seems to be following suit. Converge is trading at all-time highs today, trading at 18 bucks after great earnings reports. Video is now trading at 111. Let's take a look at some names. You're seeing greens and reds. Some reds here, 11% down on MG, 2% down on SFI. Your MRC is down 2%. Your ABA is down 2%. And then your IS is up 9%. So you've got, even the speculative companies, you've got rotation. Let's take a look at your top gainers for the day. So I think the biggest winner for the day would still continue to be Dito Telecom. Dito Telecom is up 13% with 30,000 trades with 2.26 billion pesos roughly traded. Another winner is 552 million pesos being traded at Ascen 775. The Dito Telecom actually influenced the movements as well of your Chelsea, which is reportedly to have a lot of stake on your Dito Telco. But as you could see, the majority of the move is primarily staying on Dito. What else can we say? All right, index. Your index is now trading at 9.8 billion pesos market value turnover. You've got PSEI shares 7,000. You've got 122 advancers and 99 decliners. Foreign net sellings 20 million. It's slightly bullish, but it's not too bullish. So what are the bullish companies that are up in the market? Let's read the index movers prices. Ayala Land is 41, BPI is 86, Metro Bank 49.45, BDO is 111, JG Summit is back at 68, Security Bank 133, MPI 436, ICT 125, AC 802, DMC 5.4, Emperador 1014, URC 147, Aboitiz Power 2645, AGI 1012, your Bloomberry 785, GT Cap 540, Pure Gold 38.7. On the loser segment, you've got San Miguel 129, FGen 30, Lucia Tan Group 15, Globe 2020, Mega World 4, Jollibee 183, Robinson's Retail still continues to languish here at about 57 bucks. Meralco is 291, Telephone is 1361, Robinson's Land 19, AEV 44, SM Prime 37.45, SM 1020. Amongst the index, what's very clear is that the market picked up a lot of your financials. Your financials, BPI, Metro Bank, BDO, Security Bank are rising. These are what you consider as high-risk assets, and therefore the market is kind of risk on. So let's take a look at your stats. All right, stats is done. Trades are done. Let me see about the worst losers and the most active. Worst losers on the biggest front is actually AR, down 9% here at about 53. Another loser here is what? BSC trading at 105, down 5%. And the rest are still, it's down, but there's really not a lot of activity. And just wanted to see that actually Discovery World Shores continues to go all-time highs, 9% now, trading at 490. So we have been seeing a lot of acquisitions and acquisitions of this company. Let's read the company's disclosures here. So for the kind of company that's in the Philippines, this is a this owns a world-class island, right? So Palawan. So let's read some of the acquisitions being shared in the company news and disclosures. So amended additional subscription to Lucky Cloud, Palawan Cove. So let's take a look at these resorts. So I'm not sure if I have it here. All right. So I've been looking at as well some US names here. But all right, so let's take a look at this one, Discovery World Shores. All right, so let's take a look at if they have like videos in their website. So I feel like many people are aware that Philippines is a country who has a lot of beaches in Boracay and Palawan, and Discovery Shores, the five-star resort hotel in Boracay. You can see that these are actually some of their actual pictures. Let's watch a few things in their videos, guys. This is just 2 minutes, so let's watch it. Well, this is just their Boracay. Let me see if Discovery World has their own website. Let me see. Discovery Shores, sorry, not Discovery Channel, Discovery. So Discovery World Corporation, because that's their ticker symbol in the Philippines. Discovery World Corporation. Let me see if they have their own website, or is it just like company stuff? The magic of Discovery World. No matter what happens, we keep believing in a world of discovery where something magical happens. Let me see if this is their company or is this something else. 80 subscribers, Bascaron Resort. Yeah, I think this is it. So this is their official website. So you've got Travel Tour Expo, Hotel in Ortigas, Hotel in Tagaytay, Bascaron Resort, a virtual tour of Club Paradise, Boracay's Luxury Resort Hotel. All right, let's go to the website of Discovery World. Discovery World Shores. So Discovery World Corporation official website, click here. So in their homepage, this is what you'll see. Investors Relations Properties, very clear that they have a lot of beaches. Discovery Shores Boracay is what you've seen in the video. You've got Club Paradise, Discovery Fleet, Sonoran Corp, Vanilla Beach, Balawan Cove, Long Beach, Lucky Cloud 9. In the past few months, they have been acquiring a lot of shares. So what is it that the market believes in that is prompting this stock to go basically from as high as 1 to go to from as low as 1 to as high as 5. So that's a 5x move in just about 1 to 3 months. Let's try to uncover what's happening between Discovery World Corporation and what the market believes that there should be valued at. So you could see from their properties, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's gather some news here. Revenue trend for the last 7 years, at least from here, is showing that there's an increase in revenues in terms of hotel management. And then in the news, their Discovery World is growing their Palawan firm and their El Nino Resorts, the two families consolidating resorts assets under the listed Discovery World Corp. So these are some active news. Let's read it. So this was 2016. The company poured 120 million, investing in 3 companies that owns real assets in the country's fastest growing travel destination. So the hotel and resort company acquired shares in Sonoran Corp, Palawan Cove, and Long Beach Property Holdings. And that was actually a company that, so that was like 5 years ago. They've been acquiring stuff within the Palawan, and they've been doing that with acquisition through their own cash. So the acquisition is intended to increase their working capital. The shares in Long Beach will create opportunities for the expansion of its resort business. That's like 2016. 2016, they also poured 730 million pesos in El Nido Resort. The two families started the development of its third tourism estate to capitalize on the country's growing tourism industry. They developed they put in 730 million pesos developing Vanilla Beach El Nido, a 120-key hotel in Palawan with 3,400 square meters of retail. Discovery is doing a process of securing financing and owned and resort operated by K Islands. Eventually, they bought out this K Islands, a subsidiary of the listed company. It's 5.7 hectare property in La Trinidad, Benguet. So they went into an IPO about 8 years ago, filing for a 551 million pesos initial public offering. And during that time, their profits were like melted down 25 million pesos in just 9 months. So operating during that time was very small. Understand this company not necessarily on the net operation, their operating assets, but exactly the resort assets that they own, like the companies that they bought, the Palawan assets, and all of those hotels, real estates that they've been purchasing over the last couple of years. So we're gonna try to see in the last 8 years, 2013 to 2021, what exactly is inside the company. The two family here in 2016 has consolidated. You're seeing a billion pesos worth in just 2016 of these leisure companies. You've got Kai Islands, you've got Sonoran Corp, Discovery Leisure. So Kai Islands is a 5 hectare in El Nido, Palawan. Sonoran is 57 hectares in La Trinidad, Benguet. So they've been starting into this development for quite a while now, and they do have their cruise boats. So during this time, 2016, it was trading at about 1 peso 70 cents. So we could argue that in the last, I would say like in the last 8 years, this company has not much moved despite all their acquisitions. Wouldn't you agree? So let's take a look at what this has done over the last 8 years. Let's take a look at that. Let's close these. Dollar DWC. Company's market cap is about 4 billion pesos. The question is it 4 billion pesos or is it worth 5 to 10 billion pesos? Years. So we went to the company. Let's take a look at that. Recently, you're seeing actually in the edge that they've been acquired Hello? Kanina pa ba ako nawala, guys? Ngayon ko lang napansin. Nandito pa rin ako, ah. Okay, sige. I've been like checking on this. All right. So 2013 to 2014, we're seeing an all-time high move here, breaking that 329. So, and also this previous high about 420. So definitely the market sees that there's value up from about 150 all the way to about 5 pesos, even breaking 3 and 4. These are all-time highs for the last 8 years. We have to go to the edge. So read on the acquisitions that the company has been doing for the past couple of months. Capital. This was a meeting held on January 20, 2021, resolved to increase Discovery World Corporation's subscription by an additional 40 million pesos. So the company is acquiring DWC's business will create opportunities for this corporation's resort business. So for just 5.8 million pesos, they're trying to buy up the Sky Islands with 5 hectares. You heard me right, 5 million pesos for 5 hectares. That's an amazing price, wouldn't you agree? Disclosure reflects additional information, the increase for about 200 million shares to 240 million. So 40 million pesos, still cheap. Disclosure is being amended to indicate the execution date. So actually, when I'm not a property real estate agent by any matter, but Philippine condominiums here in Makati would usually fetch something in the realm of about 200,000 per square meter, and we're talking about hectares here. So could understand the values that that the market might be perceiving on the Palawan real estate assets per se. So 5.8 million, as you could see, Kai Islands, a wholly owned subsidiary now of DWC. You heard me a while ago that Kai Islands is about 5 hectares. So if they bought like 240 million pesos worth of 5 hectares, still cheap, wouldn't you agree? Now let's take a look at this. Acquisitions. Balaya Holdings. Balaya Holdings, they bought 26,200,000 shares to Balaya Holdings. And that would be amounting to 55 million shares. On February 6th, busily acquiring and developing their real estate asset portfolio in these key tourism assets. Balaya Holdings owns real properties in Boracay to be used as staff of house of employees of the company. So Balaya Holdings is so there. We're just telling you how much the company is increasing their shares on these. A lot of acquisitions being shared here. January 25. 10 million pesos to be used as working capital, Discovery World Corporations for Palawan Cove. So basically what's happening here is that DWC, in exchange for that money that they're giving to these resort owners, resort that they own as well, for working capital, they're getting more and more shares to augment working capital, creating opportunities for the corporation's resort business. So obviously, this year, last 2020 COVID pandemic, it's not impossible that there are no people going to resorts. There's no travel, right? But this is gonna be like a twofold. It's travel reopening play. It's also about the values being unlocked on that acquisition of so many properties. Lucky Cloud 9 owns real estates in General Laguna, Siargao, Surigao del Norte. This property will be used as a site for hotel and hostel developments. So they are developing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus hotels. So most likely that's the key player, that's the key move in my view of what's happening in the market. January 21, 2021, take a look. Executive increasing 40 million pesos, shares of Lucky Cloud 9 resorts here. So let's take a look at what else the market is seeing. Material information, November 26, 2020. Please be advised that the company has accepted the offer of JT Pearly Corporation, subscribed to 190 million pesos for the corporation shares at a 1 peso 60 cents per share. The authority to determine the final number of shares is to be subscribed by JT Pearly, assigned to Executive Lala. The decision of new shares would result in JTE Pearly Corporation owning more than 10% of DWC's resulting outstanding capital stock. That being the case, the listing rules of the Philippine Stock Exchange require that the transaction should be approved by the company shareholders. So you're seeing a majority owner buy 190 million shares at 1.6. So a lot of the shares are being acquired by the company, seeing that the shares are too cheap to remain still there. So the 3x move, was that enough, or should it be a 5 to 10x move? All right, let's look at it. Let's look further how Palawan tourism Boracay has been increasing over the last 10 years. Palawan tourism, by the numbers, Philippines. Of course, you should be aware that the Philippines is blessed, and Condé Nast said that El Nido, Palawan, Coron is one of the best beaches, not just in the Philippines, but the world. The world. So top 20 Palawan Philippine tourist spots. 5 billion pesos is just $100 million. Surely, that is what? Too cheap. I don't even need to do a lot of valuations here. Palawan tourism, all right. Let's take a look at visitors. Visitors. In the Philippines, municipal tourism data show that from 10,000 tourists in 1997, the number has grown tenfold in 10 years, in 20 years to about 144,000 in 2017. Annual growth hasn't stopped below 15% since 2011. El Nido has been one of the top 3 destinations in Palawan. So this is very clear. You can just do a Google search what Palawan tourist arrivals are showing to you. Now, if you ask Filipinos what are the top destinations, not really about Filipinos, but yeah, let's take a look at the local top destinations of travel. Local top travel destinations in the Philippines. Best places, all. Says here, Davao, Sagada, Coron, Baguio, Puerto Princesa, Samal, Apo, Siargao. So most of these are actually getting affected right now by COVID pandemic. Boracay is number 1, Bohol's number 2, Cebu's number 3, number 4 is Banawe, Vigan, Manila. So what you're seeing here is that this is more like a tourism play. If you're to ask me, this tourism and real estate assets, take a look further on their material information, the results here. But I think that the market, the real lack of the DWC's liquidity, but as you could see with the company buying up 190 million shares, surely the company is willing to buy all of the shares if it's too cheap. So you're seeing that the market is already growing, fascinated with the company. As you could see, rising share prices, positive movements on the price, but also positive movements as well on the company's acquisitions. So 150, this is where the company acquired a lot of shares, as was written in those edge disclosures. 160 to 490 is 300%, a 3x move. Is this going to go back to 320? I'd say that if it does, still many people would buy in. So 160, 320, 480, let's see where this goes. But looks like this is a company that the market still sees as undervalued. Let's take a look at your comments and questions, if any. Advanced Chinese New Year, yep, that's February 12. Meron bang trading on Friday? Let's try to see. I don't think there's a trading holiday. Not so sure. Philippines. Trading holiday, Philippines. So it says here 2021. Yeah, we've got Chinese New Year is going to be a working day. So you don't have a holiday. Wait, sorry. It is closed. Sorry. Apparently 2021, yeah, Chinese New Year is closed on Friday. Sorry. So we don't have trading on Friday. Thanks for the question. What's the reason for the continuous sell-down on Robinson's Retail? I have no idea. Like, I think like Robinson's Retail, whether it falls all the way down to 50 South, it's not a bad company. Dito Telecom, what can you say? It's extended. So just like all companies in the market, it's kind of extended. Now, it could continue higher, but I don't know much about like any new catalyst except that it's just a competition of your PLDT and Globe. So Dito Telecom has been rising since a peso. Now trading at about 16 or a 16x move since March. So I'd say that these are really extensions after extensions. Quite hard to imagine whether a company can release 16x his company's revenues and earnings. So this has nothing to do with anything except people speculating about how high Dito Telecom goes. So that's just my view. I could be wrong, but that's me. All right. Thank you very much, guys. See you again tomorrow. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is Nikki, signing out.